Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. So in today's video I'm going to be building a little cabin in the woods for my save file. So this is built in Granite Falls, and this is one of the rentals that your sim can go on holiday to kind of get away for a few days. I really wanted to build one of these for a really long time, but I'm now only getting around to doing it. But to start this video off, I just kind of want to give a little channel update about my channel. So as some of you might have realised, I didn't actually upload a video on Friday, and that is now because I've now decided I'm going to cut down my upload schedule and only upload twice a week. So previously I was actually uploading videos every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, so 3 times a week, but now I've actually made the decision to cut it down and only upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. I did also tweet about this, but I really wanted to address it in a video as well. So sometimes when I'm doing a speed build, it can take me maybe a day or two just to do one complete build, and I know that's quite a long time, but maybe I'm just a bit of a slow builder. But say I'm doing 3 videos a week, it was actually making me do 3 days of just pure building, and then I normally spend around another day just doing the editing, the voiceover and everything else that makes a YouTube video into a YouTube video. And so I was spending so much time just on YouTube and making videos, which I absolutely love. I can't stress this enough, but I do absolutely love making videos for YouTube, and I absolutely love The Sims. The Sims is something that I've been playing ever since I was a little girl. I started playing The Sims when I was 6 years old, and I'm now 21, so I've been playing it for a really long time. But recently I've been finding myself consistently cancelling all of my plans that is not to do with YouTube, but just to stick to my upload schedule, and it really just started to take a toll on my mental health. And so I just decided that I was going to stop doing that and actually just take care of myself a little bit. I do absolutely love making YouTube videos, and that's never going to stop. I just really needed to just cut back a little bit because I felt like where I was doing so much, I didn't have any time for anything else. And that was kind of proven because I was consistently cancelling plans. So that was just kind of like a little channel update. That is why I'm now only uploading on Wednesdays and Sundays. When I actually started YouTube, for a while I did actually only upload on Wednesdays and Sundays, so I'm kind of going back to it in a little way. But I just kind of wanted to address it on YouTube, just in case you don't follow me on Twitter or you don't have Twitter for any reason. I still wanted to address it on here. But actually moving on from that and speaking about the build a little bit, so I've just kind of spoke over the main structure of the build, and now I'm actually moving on and doing the landscaping. But I actually wanted to sit down and do a cabin for a really long time, but one of the things that really pushed me to make a cabin for today's video was recently I've been watching a lot of Stranger Things. Now don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. I absolutely hate spoilers, and I'm never one of them people who just spoil anything, so don't worry about that. But I've actually been rewatching it. I've already watched the last season, and now I'm actually rewatching it again. And the one thing that I will say, which I don't think is it's not a spoiler at all, but there is just a cabin in a lot of seasons too. And I've been watching it a lot recently, so I'm already back on it to rewatching, and I'm already on season 2, and I've just been so inspired just to do a little cabin in the woods. Initially I actually wanted to build this in kind of like the secret lot in the Granite Falls. So if you go into the national park and you go deep into the forest, you will find somewhere where I think it's just called the deep forest or something like that, and you go into this kind of little hidden area, and it's got a little hermit's cottage, and I am going to be renovating that for my save file. But I was originally going to actually build this little cabin here, but then I actually decided that I actually wanted your Sims to be able to come here and, you know, come on vacation with their friends and family, and so that's why I decided to build it on this lot. I don't actually know the name of this lot. It's in the top left corner if you're curious, but I believe it's the lot which is kind of the furthest away from the water on the map. So I don't know how descriptive that is, but it's not actually that close to the water. It's got more kind of like trees and just a general woodland around it. It's not really close to the water. It is a 20 by 30 lot, I believe, and this does actually have 2 bedrooms, but it actually sleeps 5 Sims. So we do just have a what I consider a parent's bedroom. It's in there is a double bed, but in there as well I did actually make a decision and add a toddler bed into there, just because I was thinking maybe your Sims have a big family and maybe there is a toddler and they might need somewhere to sleep if they go on holiday. And so I decided to add a little toddler bed into the parents' bedroom, and then there is also another bedroom which has 2 beds in it as well. So it does actually sleep 5 Sims. The other 2 beds are just some single beds from cats and dogs. So it could be either for teenagers or children, or maybe just adults. Maybe your Sims want to come here with their friends and just kind of have a nice chill relaxing weekend. But as you can kind of see, I'm now just going around and just doing a little bit of terrain paint. Now One thing that I found with this was I just really wanted to make it look as realistic as possible, and so you will see me go around and mix so many different terrain paints together to kind of make it look as if this little area behind the back of the lot is kind of worn down. No one really goes back there, and it's just kind of, I wanted it to look natural, and so I did do quite a lot of terrain painting on that little area. I do also want to mention at the very end of the video, I do actually go around and change that little chimney bit on the side of the lot. Now that is something which I think absolutely just brings this whole cabin in together. I absolutely love that little idea. I didn't actually use any reference pictures when I was building this, but I have seen quite a lot of cabins that kind of have that main chimney fireplace on the exterior of the build, and so I decided to do it in this build. But at the minute it was just kind of at 3 walls that just went up into 3 chimneys, and I felt like it wasn't looking that natural, and so at the very end you will see me that I go in and I change it so it actually goes into 1 chimney, and I use the roofing tool just to kind of do that and make it into kind of a little bit of a slope. You'll see that at the very end though. But now I'm actually moving on and I've started furnishing this house, or this little rental. So I started off with the kitchen and the dining and the lounge room are all into one. I wanted it to be very open, and one thing that I absolutely love about this build as well is we have them island living doors that kind of go out into the little porch, or not porch, like little patio area, and I absolutely love them. So we have a set of doors just by the kitchen, so you can kind of walk straight out from the kitchen, and then on the other side the fireplace, or the chimney, I keep on calling it a fireplace because there does actually end up being a fireplace either side of that wall, but on the other side of that we do also have some more, and I just think it just looks so welcoming, and I feel like if your Sims want to come here for maybe a celebration weekend with their friends, this would be such a good little rental to use. But I kind of did mainly the main structure of the kitchen. I do actually go back to the kitchen area in a little bit and I make it a little bit bigger, but now I'm actually just kind of focusing on the little lounge area in this rental. So originally I wanted to use a 3-seater sofa with maybe a 2-seater one side and a few armchairs, but with the size of this like little area, I felt like it might be a bit of a squeeze if you were Sims to get in, and so I decided to use these 2-seater sofas and kind of put them at an angle so they're both just facing the TV. This is something that I never do, but I feel like it looks so cozy and I feel like it's perfect for a little cabin. I used the ones from Seasons, and then I also used the cats and dogs fireplace because it just fitted in so perfectly in that kind of little indent of the wall. I did also just add a little dining room table into this lot as well. So I used, I believe it's a get together table, or it might be a base game table. They look very similar, so I don't know which one it is. And then I also just paired it with some laundry day chairs. I think them chairs just are so perfect for this little cabin, and they've just got this little wicker feel to them. I just absolutely love them. I did also make this little rental dog and cat friendly, and so if you want to bring your pets on holiday with you, then your Sims can. I did put a little cat scratching post just by one of the sliding doors, and then in the kitchen I have 2 little pet bowls. One of them actually has a little dog bone on, and one of them actually has, I believe it's like a little fish bone or something like that, so you can bring either your cat and dog, or 2 dogs or 2 cats, whatever you want to bring. I also want to make all the rentals in this world to be able to, so if you do have cats and dogs in your game, then you can bring them to them, and I just think that's so lovely. If your Sims are going on holiday, they can bring every single member of the family, so this lot is cat and dog friendly as well as toddler friendly as well. But currently I'm just finishing up this little walkway area. As soon as you walk in through the front door, I do just add some of the matching armchairs to the sofas and just like a little lamp area. But now I'm actually moving back and I'm just going back and just doing the kitchen area. So this is where I actually decided to extend it. Obviously we do have a breakfast bar, but I just wanted it to have more counter space in the kitchen. But now I'm actually moving on and now I'm doing the bathroom. So for this bathroom I actually used a wallpaper and a tile, which I don't think I've ever used before. I know that I've actually probably used that floor tile before, but I have never used this wallpaper before. But I just kind of felt like it really fitted in with this kind of cabin, and so I decided to use it in this build. This is a base game wallpaper and there's actually a matching shower to go along with it, so I used both of them because they look like they're in the same collection. But in here we do just have a shower, a bath, a toilet and a sink, and all the kind of normal things that you typically tend to find in a bathroom. When I do actually add the toddler bed into the parents' bedroom though, I do actually go back in and add a little toddler potty so the toddler has somewhere to go. I was actually debating putting it in the parents' bedroom, but I felt like it would just be a little bit more hygienic if we have it in just kind of like the main structure area for the bathroom. But as you can kind of see, I am just cluttering up this little side table in between this little plant and this little fake laundry object. I was actually going to put laundry in this build, but I just kind of thought if your Sims are coming on holiday, they probably don't want to do any laundry and they'd probably just save it all for when they get home. And so I decided just to opt for a fake looking basket. But now moving on, I've started furnishing one of the bedrooms, and this is probably my favourite bedroom out of the 2 bedrooms, and that is just because it's got this really beautiful skylight coming in and you can kind of see the light shining down and just kind of going over one of the beds. I just think it's so beautiful. But in this bedroom, I kind of made it so it's child friendly, so we do have quite a lot of child toys in here. Obviously, if you don't want any children to come to this lot, you can just, your Sims will kind of just ignore them, but I just kind of thinking I wanted it to be child friendly as well. And so this is kind of like the designated child area, so there is so many different toys and activities for your children to do. Obviously, it doesn't have to be children, like I said, you can kind of have 2 teenagers or whatever, but I kind of wanted the option for if you actually wanted to bring your children away, then they've got loads of different things to do. We do just have a little drawing table, as well as a few just kind of like fake looking toys and stuff, as well as like one of them really big kind of teddy bear looking toys. And then we do also have a little bookcase. When I actually decorate the parents' bedroom, you will see me actually come back into this room and just dot around a few other toys for toddlers, so kind of like the little bricks and stuff and just little bits and bobs so the toddlers can play as well. But now moving on, I've started furnishing the parents' bedroom. So in here we do have a big double bed. I use a Seasons one, and I just feel like this bed is so perfect for this little cabin just because it looks like such a cozy bed. But in here we do obviously just have the little toddler area as well, and I just really like the thought of maybe the toddlers having a nightmare, or maybe they're not actually old enough to be able to get through the night yet, and so they're always right by the parents. I just absolutely love the idea. We do just have a little chest of drawers in here as well. There's not much to this room, it's just kind of like a room that your Sims can go in to sleep, and obviously the child as well, or the toddler as well. And this is also where I just go around and just add a few more toddler objects in and around the lot. But now I'm actually moving back outside into probably my favourite area of this build. So this is kind of where that massive fireplace is. Like I said, I do actually add a fireplace either side of this. So we have the cats and dogs one on the inside, and then on the outside we do just have this base game one. And I just feel like this is such a cozy area for your Sims to come of a night time. Maybe it's a really clear night and your Sims just kind of want to come out here and just have a lot of family time together. I just really like the idea of that. I use these get together sofas, which I think just complement this wooden floor so perfectly. This is the same wooden floor that I actually ended up using on the inside of the house, but I just put it in a different direction just because where this little area has a little curve to it, which I'm actually going to put a flower arranging table in a minute, but for some reason the direction of the wooden floor doesn't want to change, and so I actually had to put it at a different angle that what the rest of the house is, if that makes any sense. But I do absolutely love this little patio area. I just think it's so cozy and cute, and I can see so many Sims enjoying it so many weekends away here. There's a little barbecue area as well, so if your Sims want to come here, maybe host a summer barbecue or something, I think that's a really nice little idea. Also do just finish this lot off, and I do the terrain painting at the very end of the pathway because I spent a lot of time at mixing all these different terrain paints to kind of get the perfect worn down look. I didn't want to do the terrain paint for the path and then get to the end of the video and not be 100% on it, and so I decided to do that at the very end, and so I knew that if I wanted to change it I could. I'm also now just going to finish off this little fireplace area and just kind of make it look a little bit more natural. But anyway guys, I am actually going to end this voiceover here, so as always I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this little cabin rental, and as always if you do like my content then please subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next Sims 4 speedbuilding video. Bye guys.